We call to order Livermore Planning Commission regular meeting, March 9th, 2020. First up, please stand for Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll do roll call. Commissioner Clement.
Aye. Here.
Commissioner Day.
Here.
Commissioner Mead. Here. Commissioner Colwine.
Here.
Commissioner Franklin. Are you there, Commissioner Franklin?
Here. Excuse me, here.
And I am here.
And I would like to say I received a letter today from Commissioner Borkamp, and I'm going to go ahead and read it to you.
Okay.
She says, "It is with regret that I am writing to inform you that I must resign my position as Planning Commissioner. My work schedule and family commitments have become such that I cannot continue to volunteer the time necessary to continue my role. I will be resigning effective today, April 13th, 2020. It has been a pleasure being a part of the Planning Commission, and I am grateful for all your support during my time here and appreciate the valuable experiences I have gained. I apologize for any inconvenience my resignation may cause to you and hope I can do whatever is needed to make the transition a smooth one. If I can be of any assistance during this time," and she gives her phone number and email address. "Thank you for understanding this, and this opportunity." And so this will go to City Council. Since planning commissioners are appointed by council, I'll submit this letter to the city manager's office, and then they'll open up a vacancy.
Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to open up to public comment. This time is reserved for members of the audience to address the Planning Commission on items of interest that are not on the agenda and that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Commission. It is recommended that the speakers limit their comments to 3 minutes each, and it is requested that no comments be made during this period on items that are on the agenda. The Commission is prohibited by law from taking any action on matters discussed that are not on the agenda. Prior to addressing the Commission, any handouts for the Commissioners will be provided to the Planning Commission Secretary for distribution to the Commissioners and appropriate staff. Okay, so we did not receive any emails and there was no public, so the public comment is now closed. Item number 4, approval of minutes of the regular meeting.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, if there are no further comments from my fellow commissioners, I move that we accept the minutes for our meeting that was held on March 9th, 2020.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Clement and a second by Commissioner Colwine. Is that correct?
Correct.
Call for vote. Commissioner Clement.
Aye.
Commissioner Colwine.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Mead.
Aye.
Commissioner Franklin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. And I'd also like to make a correction that this meeting is April 13th, 2020. I was looking at the minutes when I read the date. So, okay, item number 5, public hearing to accept public comment for conditional use permit number 2020-01, a request by Isla Tidwell to operate an indoor-outdoor beer and wine bar/lounge. The site is located at 212 West D Street.
All right, good evening, Commissioners. We received an application from Isla Tidwell. She's on the call right now. She would like to open up a beer and wine bar at 212 West D Street, which is one of the chamber houses right there on D Street. She's been in business there, operating a massage studio, Blue Door Massage. Somebody. And what her plan is to take that massage studio and just have one room operating as the studio. This application is for the beer and wine bar, which would be the rest of the facility that is there. And her plan is to operate the massage studio just for the morning hours. Our municipal code allows massage to be open from 7 a.m. and her plan is to operate until noon, at which time then that would close and they're calling it Bit and Bridal Wine Bar would open from noon until 1 a.m. Our municipal code doesn't allow the two to operate at the same time. So that's significant here because if they were going to be operating at the same time, we wouldn't be able to approve this because our municipal code prohibits it. But with the studio just being one room, it's called a one-room establishment within our code. We can approve this if you want to, knowing that the two are not going to be open at the same time. We also have a condition, if you in the resolution and in the staff report, there's a list of conditions, and condition number 6 says that the two will not operate at the same time, that the hours will not overlap. The beer and wine is proposed to be allowed in the front porch and in the backyard and in the inside of the building, but front and back. And that is allowed through the alcoholic beverage control licensing. So that would be a part of her license. And that is also a condition of approval that she gets the license through ABC. Surrounding that address that I want to call it a house, but surrounding that business right there are all like uses, except for the one to the west, which is UCP, United Cerebral Palsy Programs. That facility operates during the day, and the children that go there are not ever left alone. Their parents are always with them. And so I wanted to point that out because that might be a concern for some people. But the parents are always there with them. It is a family type of program. One of the items that would be required is for parking, she would be required to add one accessible parking space, which is proposed to be in the back in the alley area. So she would have to put in some concrete back there, the required striping that is for ADA parking, and then it would have to be, the path of travel would all have to be according to ADA standards. When she opens, she intends to have some food items available similar to Farmer's Fury, so there might be some prepackaged foods available. But then eventually, after she's open for a while, she intends to improve the kitchen area and have cooked food available that she would prepare there. The hours of operation at this point, she intends to open is Thursday through Sunday from noon to 1. And I'm going through the staff report. If she wants to get a sign, she can do so. That would be a separate application. This, because this is a conditional use permit, we have to look at the CEQA, the California Environmental Quality Act. This item is exempt from it because it's an existing facility. So we're not doing anything to harm the environment. So it's a class 1 existing facilities exemption. And also one of the conditions is that any noise, odor, or vibrations shall comply with our municipal code, and they're specific in the code as to what's allowed. So there is a resolution attached. Let me make sure that I've covered everything. A couple of items that I discussed with her is how will she keep the massage use separated from the alcohol? And we want to make sure that no one can get to the alcohol when someone's getting a massage. So she will have the doors to the building locked during the time when she's giving a massage. And she's the only one, since it's a one-room massage studio, she's the only one there. The door will be locked because, of course, you don't want someone walking in when you're in a room and being surprised like that. But then especially now with alcohol in the rest of the building, that needs to be locked. So she will have that locked. And then vice versa, when the bar is open, you don't want people to have access to the massage studio. And so that room will be locked during the hours of the alcohol use. I did receive authorization from Chief Kendall from the Lemoore Police Department. He has approved this with the 2 uses in the one building. So he's good with that. And I did receive 1 public comment letter, email. And so when we open the public hearing, I'll read that out loud. And then I believe that that's all that I wanted to go over. So this being a public hearing, after I finish, you can ask any questions of me and we'll go over those. And then we'll open the public hearing, we'll read the letter, we'll see if there's any other public hearing. Also, after I finish right now, if you would like the applicant, if you have any questions for the applicant, we can ask her those as well, because she is on the line. And I think I'm ready to accept any questions, or if you'd like the applicant to speak. Okay.
Do we have to open up the public hearing, or we're good
No,
now?
if you want to ask some questions first, and then if you have questions for me, and then we can open up the public hearing after that.
Just, I drove by the location and I went through in the back of the alley. And, there's some foliage there and such. Is there going to be any type of fence in the back?
She will be required to have that all fenced in per ABC regulations. It will have to be a fenced in area
Okay,
for
so
the
the only
alcohol use.
ingress egress will be through D Street.
D Street, and then you might ask her if she is going to have the secondary well, there will have to be an access to the alley because that's where the ADA parking is going to be. So there will be a gate or something in the back, yes.
Mr. Day?
Another question, between the 2 properties, between the UCP facility and the Blue Door, there's like a picket fence in between that separates the 2 backyards. Is that going to become a solidified fence to separate the 2 backyard properties, or the 2 pieces of the back, or the 2 backyards?
That wasn't addressed in our review. We can ask the applicant if she intends to do anything or if ABC is requiring it to be something more than the picket fence.
Is she on now?
She should be. She was on at the beginning.
Ayla, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Did you hear the question?
I did. I heard it, and yes, that is that will be a solidified fence. I figured that was something that we would be applying for upon construction.
Yeah, that's good. I don't think that's a bad idea. Yeah.
It's good. Thank you.
Nope, not at all.
Anybody else?
So the ability to have the alcoholic beverages on the front porch, is there anything pertaining to drinking in public or anything like that falls along those lines, since you would be essentially visible from the street? Is that an issue at all?
There's not, because you can have sidewalk dining as long as it's a fenced in area.
Okay.
It's allowed.
And Ayla, one of the things they talked about was coinciding with UCP. So there will actually be people at UCP when you are open selling alcohol? sometimes anyway.
As far as I'm aware of, it's their only partial day, and they actually aren't even there all year round.
So the chances are probably pretty slim that they will be there while you're operating the beer and wine.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Anybody else?
You want to open the public hearing?
Okay, I'm going to open it up to the public so we can,
Are you able to look at the?
Judy can read the email that we have.
No, are you checking this to see if there's any public? Okay. So what we were doing was looking to see if we'd received any public comments coming through on the email. And so far, we've not received any. But anything that comes in up until the end of the public hearing will be allowed to be presented. And even through the end of the meeting, if it's after the public hearing is closed, we will include it in the minutes that will be presented to you at the next meeting. So anyone can send an email right now if you're out there and you want to make a comment. So I will read the one public comment that was received, and this was from Dr. Jeff Garcia. Planning Commissioners, please accept my vote of support for CUP number 2020-1, requested by Mrs. Ayla Tidwell to allow on-site sale of alcoholic beverages, beer, wine at 212 West D Street. I believe this will be a viable business type for downtown Lemoore and have the secondary effect of increasing evening customer traffic. This business type will also allow for increased cross-marketing opportunities with other similar business types. A win-win for the city of Lemoore and downtown Lemoore. Respectfully, Dr. Jeff Garcia, Family Eye Care Optometry. And that's the only one that we received. Anything else?
No?
Okay.
Ayla, is there anything that you wanted to speak to the commission about?
As of right now, not really, but I would like to say, I'll state my name, Ayla Tidwell, owner of Blue Door Massage and Spa, CUP applicant for Bit and Bridal. And I just would like to say thank you for everybody for still making this meeting happen tonight. And I've really been looking forward to it, and I'm grateful. And also thank you, Christy Bailey, for all your help throughout the process. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Commissioners, any comments? Mr. Day?
I don't have any comments. This is Greg Franklin. No comments.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Day?
With the current situation that's at hand, is there a time frame, like provided that this were to go through, is there a time frame for those adjustments to be made, like the ADA parking and the revamping of the construction, and then when the business itself would actually be able to be open? Is there a time frame or kind of an estimation as to when that can come up?
I believe she said, she could probably clear this up better, but I believe she's looking at the first of next year to open up.
In her letter, she says, open by the end of 2020, beginning of 2021.
Yeah. So
And as
that
far
would
as
be
a
plenty of time.
Limit, I don't believe that there's a limit. Once it's approved, she can begin starting the process of, she has a lot of interior work and exterior work that she needs to get done, but that's her time frame right now. That's what she's planning on doing. If it goes past that, it's okay. So, we know that things are difficult to get done right now with being sheltering in place. So she will have plenty of time to get it open, even with what's going on right now.
And she's already working on the building department, according to requirements.
I think it's going to be an asset to downtown.
Do you want to close?
Okay, I need to close public comment. as I was saying, I think it'll be an asset to downtown. It's just another business that's going to get going. I've heard nothing but positive feedback since this first came out. And, you know, when you get a few businesses that are going, we might be able to piggyback off of that. And like Dr. Garcia said. Okay, at this time, I'd look for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2020-04 for conditional use permit 2020-01 to allow off-site sale of alcoholic beverages at 212 West D Street in the city of Livermore.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Mead and a second by Commissioner Day. Commissioner Mead?
Aye.
Commissioner Day?
Aye.
Commissioner Clement?
Aye.
Commissioner Colwine? Commissioner Franklin?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you. Okay, number 6, Director's Report.
All right, so a few items. You had a while back, the last meeting, voted to recommend to the city council the McCann item out in the industrial park, which was changing to the uses from regional commercial to light industrial. That went as a first reading to city council, and so at the next council meeting, that will get the second reading. Also was master storage. That item came to you. We did get the lot line adjustment. That has all been approved, and that one's a done deal, ready to go, as is Dutch Bros. They got their lot line adjustment approved. They're ready to go as well. So hopefully these businesses can move forward quickly. Lennar, we did get, and I think I reported on this last time, that they submitted their applications. That one is going to be coming to you, Planning Commission, May 11th. The QK, Steve Brandt's team has done prepared the mitigated neg deck for that. That's an environmental document. That has a 30-day review that has already gone out. It's actually at the State of California Clearinghouse. The Clearinghouse sends it out to all the outside agencies, and then they have the 30 days to comment. We did notify also the Tachi tribe, Santa Rosa Rancheria. They also have time to respond to that, the same amount of time. So we're still reviewing documents. We're looking at everything, preparing the staff report and everything, but it's all scheduled to come to you next month. So we should be having that Planning Commission meeting as long as we're all still here.
Is that the development that's just west of the college?
Pardon me?
Is that the development that's just west of the college?
Yes, that is the one that's west of, it is east of West Hills College.
Excuse me, yes. Can't go west. We've been through that.
It's on the west side of Highway 41.
Yes,
There we go.
I misspoke, sorry.
And then the other one, I'm not sure if I reported on last meeting, was the Lacey Ranch project. That's the one that's north of town on Lemoore Avenue, it's north of town. It's outside of our city limits, so it's 18th Avenue and Glendale. So in that area to the north there, 156 acre housing project. That would have to be annexed in. We did receive an application on that, so we're also working on those documents. Those won't be coming to you for a while though, because not supposed to touch my face. That project, because it's such a large project, requires an environmental impact review, an EIR. That's much more intense than the mitigated negative declaration. So the developer is working on getting that. He'll have to have a traffic study, a noise study, all the different studies that go into an EIR. So that will take some time. It probably won't come to you until I'm guessing maybe the beginning of next year, but just wanted to let you know we did receive that application. We're working on it on our end, and of course he's working on his end. Let's see.
Judy, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Do you have a estimated number of units that would be out there?
Yes, the one by West Hills or the one up north?
Both.
But up north is about 550, give or take.
And those are single family.
Those are single family. There's going to be some multifamily up there too, and I don't know if that's included in that number. I think the number right now has multifamily at about just over 100, or maybe right around 100. So I'm sorry that I don't remember whether that includes the multifamily or not, but I'm not sure. And then the one out by West Hills College is going to be somewhere around, I want to say the number's 362, but somewhere around there. I think it's 362, 364, something like that.
And that's all single family.
That's all single family. At this point, it's single family. There is a portion of what will be the map that's going to be future multifamily. That would not be in the first couple of phases. So there will be some multifamily out there as well. Lennar is a single family developer. We are requiring multifamily because the state of California requires us to include it. Because of our housing element, we have to have so much affordable or multifamily housing, which would be in some of it in the affordable housing range. So that's why in both developments, we're requiring multifamily housing, because what would happen if we didn't, then we wouldn't have enough property zoned for multifamily housing. And then, I don't know what exactly would happen, but the state would ding us for not having it. And then our next housing element, probably we'd have to include a lot more multifamily housing zoned properties. So we want to be good team players, really, with what the state is trying to do. And so whenever we get a single family development, especially these large ones like this, is try to have some multifamily included, at least like the Lacey Ranch up north. That's a very large development. If we didn't ask for some multifamily housing, it would kind of look really bad on us. And it's a good place for some multifamily. We have the water tank up there. And that's where it would be proposed to go, is right in the vicinity of the water tank and such.
Well, I think we had this conversation and being involved out there through the years, I think directly to the north, to your point,
Yes.
from the college campus,
Mhm.
was going to be multifamily.
Yeah, we did have an approved project there. It was Granville
Yeah.
Homes. But then something didn't go right, and they pulled out of that project.
Yeah.
They did not buy the property. So that's still available there for somebody to come in and do a project. But, yeah, and that's a great location for multifamily, right by the college.
Might get some
apartments.
commercial in there too, or it's all over with. Could get some commercial out there,
Yeah, that's
kind of
what
like a
we're hoping.
Starbucks and what's going on over here.
Yes, yeah, so that would be good. Anything else? All right, we'll see you next month.
Thank you, Judy. Commission's reports and requests for information. Anybody? I just had one thing I wanted to bring up. I got some sad news today. Our mayor, Eddie Neal, his wife Maisha passed away this morning. So if everybody could keep him and his family in your prayers, I'm sure they would all appreciate that. And if there's nothing else, then this meeting is adjourned.
Felt like it took a long time.
Well, you did.